Cousins on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On play action, Cousins. And going deep for Hill. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is... making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, lift! 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 Lift!
On 2nd down, Kamara. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Starting left here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And he spins away. Oh, good move. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
There's just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Back to throw. Archer. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Archer from the gun on third down. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down and the possession changes. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Like 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Here's Kamara trying to run for it.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Michael Thomas, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They toss to Freeman. Powerful running. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
From the gun on 3rd down. Archer buying time to his left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now Archer operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And now running right through it. Here comes the Atlanta. Offense now ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Goff. This complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Goff on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Archer on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back to throw is Archer. Off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky. Wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Saints on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go play action. Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
5, 11, starting left here.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
14. Hey, lift.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Second down, Cousins. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Ty Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Go, 12, go.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Rip left. 14. Hey, 5.
They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Being chased out left. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Vic Beasley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And Lutz's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On first down, it's gone. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
12. Starting left here. Louis.
Here's Goff now on second down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
5. Shell.
Third and long. It's gone. Looking long for Thomas. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll buy some time right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And here now come the Falcons. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Oh, and now he pulls him over. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Again, this is Kamara. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And a big turn. There as his guys will get the football back. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the others. And that's caught inside the 35. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 56 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Archer now off the play fake. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Archer from the gun, he'll throw. Finds his target, Montgomery. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. To throw on second down, Archer. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
All right, now look at this.
Now Archer on third down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got this down to the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Looking to throw. Archer is going to fire one deep over the middle. And, oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On third down, it's Freeman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board. That won't beat us.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. He spins free. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landed.
Freeman again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Archer on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Leopard! Leopard!
Back to throw is Archer. Off play action. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hardball. 12. Starting left here.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's got this down to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And a short gain down to about the 33. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now a play fake here on first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for New Orleans, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa